Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Furies, a thriller by John Connolly, read by Jeff Harding.
Furies, Greek Erinyes. In Greek mythology, the underworld goddesses of vengeance. The Sisters Strange. Part 1. A word is worth 1 coin. Silence is worth 2. Chaim Potok, The Chosen. Chapter 1. Like Noah and his ark, the town of Athens in Bradford County, Pennsylvania, seemed destined forever to be associated with floods. In 1916, a new steel bridge built across the Susquehanna River was destroyed by flooding. The only human casualty was a local farmer, Abraham Hiltz, who had been on his way to warn his neighbor of the rising waters when he was hit by a train that tossed his body 100 feet from the tracks, as a bull might brush aside a matador. But the waters were to blame for his death, whatever anyone might have said to the contrary, since old Abraham wouldn't have found himself in such a rush if it hadn't been for the river becoming a torrent. Ever since, the locals had kept a wary eye on the Susquehanna, and sometimes their worst fears were realized. In September 2011, most of the town had ended up underwater when Tropical Storm Lee caused the river to burst its banks, and it was accepted that the Susquehanna would flood again in the future. But what was a small town of some 3,200 people to do, situated as it was between the Susquehanna and Chemung rivers? It wasn't as though the historic district could be put on the beds of trucks and moved to higher ground. And anyway, folks liked Athens where it was, and just the way it was. Once a person started running from nature, well, he was unlikely ever to stop, because wherever one went, nature would be waiting. One might as well have tried running from oneself. Like most small communities, the inhabitants of Athens looked out for one another, although the price to be paid for this was a certain loss of privacy. A person could mind his own business if he chose, but...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?